Oh, shit. Well,
Forgive me, Father.
for I have sinned. Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, shit. Ah. That was just like some of the highlights of the end of the movie. Welcome back to Goth-Metal Lore. I had to take a couple of days off. I had to save my money, save my time, focus on other things. I do have real life things to worry about, like packing up the house and moving to a condominium, and probably maybe by the end of the summer. But anyway, back to entertainment news. So yeah, Immortals. This is, how many years ago was this movie? 13 years, right? 2011. What a movie. It was a movie. I don't think, now this is by Tarsem Singh. I'll show you the credits really quick. Here's the info. Power Hungry King Hyperion. That's Mickey Rourke when he did his comeback, right? When he made his big comeback into acting. So Mickey Rourke's got this ruthless army that march across Greece, leaving burned out villages and the corpses. So basically, Mickey Rourke had a wife and son, and when armies mercilessly killed them, he begged to the gods. He sets a guy on fire, does all kinds of sick shit. He gouges the eyes out of another person, has his executioner, neuter one of the guys, scratches up his face and then neuters him. So yeah, this is some little scenes here and there. You got Henry Cavill, of course, as Theseus. I don't remember all the actors here, but we have different people. So 6 out of 10, 49% on Rotten Tomatoes. I will not be giving it enough. Now, if you told me that like this is better than the Conan movies, I won't hate you. I might admire you. I might respect you. I will not hate you. I will not pity you. I think you have a good eye for these things. But if you told me that the Conan movies are not as good as these movies, there's something really, really wrong with you. It's almost a crime. So you can say that these movies are better than the Conan movies, but you can't say that the Conan movies are not as good as these ones. I tell you that right now. Presentation is very much reminiscent of, what is it? 300 and the other 300 movie. And I'm sure maybe this is the movie that got Zack Snyder to, or maybe he was already cast, but I think that Zack Snyder got wind of this movie and it's like, yeah, I could put him in Superman. We could put him in Man of Steel, because this was, I think, the last significant movie before Man of Steel. And I mean, it touches upon the strengths of what Henry Cavill can do. He could be, I think I read somewhere he got that 8-pack just by working out. He didn't want to cheat, no cheats. Me, I don't give a shit, but I mean, it can't look fake, if you put something on me. But for Henry Cavill, no CGI, no AI, no trickery, just real 8-pack that he had. I think it's down to a 6-pack. Because you get old, you get kind of fat, you get kind of, can't move as fast as you used to. I mean, gone are the days where he was like, I think, how old was he then? Maybe he was like almost 30 when he did this movie. He did other things before that. I do think he was in, what was it? Oh, one of the Hellraiser movies, right? Yeah. I was thinking of Hellboy, but no, he was one of the Hellraiser movies. Mikey, is that was his name? Mikey? I need you, Mikey. So it's pretty much like 300. Now, I will say, though, that even though it's debatable whether you enjoy this more than Conan with Arnold Schwarzenegger, it is the weakest of the Tarsem Singh movies. I would say The Fall, or, with the one with Jennifer Lopez is probably the strongest. And then The Fall. And that's with Lee Pace. Lee Pace plays one of the Guardians, not the Guardians. He plays one of the warlords, I think, in the Guardians movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. Either that or Thor Ragnarok. I can't remember where Lee Pace is at. I know Lee Pace plays some some guy in the MCU. By those three movies, this is the weakest of the Tarsem movies. But Tarsem did his best. I think he used as at least amount of CGI as possible. He wanted to really tell a good story and uses as much practical effects as possible. But it does come off as a copycat of 300. It can't be helped, I guess. It's what he does. It's a lot of color and a lot of tint and a lot of these emphasize a lot of golds and reds and these corridors, and it's very much like Gerard Butler and 300, and you can't help but look at it that way. This is more of a continuation of that kind of thing. It doesn't add anything new. It doesn't add anything different. So I must subtract points. Uh, the story is kind of tired and true, and it's something I wish that Mattel would look at if they're gonna tell an exclusive story on Amazon. I don't think Mattel will get anywhere near this route. Not even 300, not even Conan or Red Sonja. They won't get to this height of blood and lust and gore. Um, does it rank it? I think it still does. I think it goes up to that point. I would say that the intensity of it is somewhere between Red Sonja and not as dark and menacing as Conan, but not as light as Red Sonja. Just a little bit darker than Red Sonja. I say if you wanted to compare how dark this could be, Conan the Barbarian from 1982 is still like the darkest, bloodiest. Yeah, you got more practical effects, and it feels like you really believe in Conan Arnold Schwarzenegger. But Henry Cavill really pushes to the limit. I mean, Henry Cavill is the young action hero of this generation. Uh, Arnold is the old soldier, but Henry Cavill is the guy that and you could play this out to heavy metal, death metal, industrial metal. It's really good stuff. Uh, I was kind of confused as to how Mickey Rourke got a hold of the bow and arrow. So there's this whole thing about the origin story plays out much like the origin of Conan. His mother is killed by villagers. Mickey Rourke is the bad guy instead of James Earl Jones. So Mickey Rourke is not a snake man, but he's a force to be reckoned with, and he's got all kinds of weird soldiers and masks and disguises and demon-like people. There are immortals who have been chained into a giant box. Kind of looks like the box in Dark Side's, what is it, Bruce Wayne's Vision. And they realize they couldn't die, but they can kill each other. So the gods punish them and put them in a box. And Mickey Rourke wants to free those immortals as punishment to the gods for not sparing his family. Somehow Mickey Rourke became a big, warlord and amassed an army to rival Henry Cavill, who is Theseus. And the gods have been trying to help him in disguise of old people and such. Um, an oracle. So basically, his mother is a whore because nobody would marry her. So somebody fathered uh, these Theseus, and now that person's gone. And villagers raid the camp, kill the mother, take Theseus as prisoner. Eventually, an oracle finds him and then frees him. Later on, they have sex because, hey, you're the sexy hero. I'm in love. Let's go. Okay, um, that's important to know. And you got a thief. You got another guy who gets killed very early. It's almost like a setup for. I mean, if you think of wizards and you think of Dungeons and Dragons, which I wouldn't put on the Goth-Metal lore, D&D, at least the one I watched in 2023 or 2020, yeah, 2023. But you got these band of people. You got Conan the Destroyer, Conan the Barbarian, more on Conan the Destroyer, Red Sonja. You got groups of people who are on a quest. They go fulfill that quest, and that's pretty much it falls in those same footsteps. Theseus becomes a god and fights in a battle in the sky. And of course, his girlfriend, the Oracle, has a son. and now her son is going to do the same things that Thesis has done. Um, Great stuff, I think. It is a tired and true story. It has been done before. I don't think I can give it an A plus or an A minus. I don't know about that because, like I say, if you've watched 300 and you've watched Conan, by this time you're kind of tired of it. But I can't fault it. I mean, it's like, okay, we haven't eaten pizza in about a year. Are you still craving that pizza? Are you like, well, this is pizza like last time? Or are you still happy to see that pizza? So that's why I'm calling it good pizza. If this was happening all the time, I would be like, yeah, we don't need this. But I'm going to give it a fair score here. A B plus. B plus, close to an A. The costumes are very good. So I give it a B plus. The costumes are very good. The direction, the color, the feel, it still feels like a Tarzan movie, but it feels more derivative of what Zack Snyder did. And that's why I would say it's the weakest of the Tarzan movies. If you were to look back at the other ones with the Fall and the Wall, it's not as good. So yeah, I don't even know. Like I said, it's oh no, it's the Cell and the Wall. The fuck me, the Cell with Jennifer Lopez and the Fall with Lee Pace and the Cell, the Fall. I just want to rhyme, but yeah, this is weaker than those two. What's coming up Saturday will be this one will be good. It'll remind you of Wizards. Gandahar.